could make sure that everybody responds to it from an informed point of view, not the usual guesswork, try and error that we are usually known for as Kenyans. So Ben Malesi, what do you know about hill collar?
No, I must say I'm a bit green and I was expecting a lot from Dr. Monda.
Okay, then we hold on.
My name is Dr. Malesi. Yes. Dr.
Malesi.
Yes, okay. But not medical. Yes, not medical. I don't have medical background.
Oh, wait, Daktari my sub.
You are right, something like that.
Oh, that's great. Glad to meet you, and we'll also need mathematics in this discussion. Jackson, how are you? Bwana Wo, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. I'd put off my mic. Thank you.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Welcome to the show, and let's have a conversation. We're waiting for Dr. Monda. He has a little challenge with his gadgets, but I'm sure he will come around.
Thank you. Let's go on mute again.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for making time. Please just confirm if you're able to get us. Try out your mic so that we are sure that we are able to converse. Kambu, I've been waiting for your response. I didn't hear. Dr. Ojina, how are you?
Come in, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One, yes.
Yes, we are waiting for Dr. Monda. He has challenge with his gadget, but I wanted us to continue the conversation as we wait for him to sort himself out.
Has he indicated what the challenge is?
He's not able to, I think, liars with his camera and audio, they are not coordinating. We can't hear him when he speaks, but we can see him.
Give him a few moments.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But you can continue. I think he has no trouble if you continue.
Bernard, can you hear me now? Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Finally. Sorry for that.
You're welcome.
Asante. Thank you for the guide. And sorry for everything.
It's well. Now we are good to go.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So welcome everybody. You are seated in glory. Dr. Monda.
Thank you. Sorry for.
All right. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for making time for this great discussion, which I believe is going to add value to us, even as we dive into understanding hill collar and how we can appropriate it in our lives for the betterment of us and those that rely on us for right information on when it comes to matters health. So I want to appreciate all of you that are making every effort to be part of this conversation and give you the liberty to express oneself. Questions arising from the discussion, you're free to either post them in the comment section or voice them out and you'll be able to get the appropriate answer. For us to engage successfully, you keep your mic mute until it's your turn to speak. If you have a question you want to interject, you lift your hand or using that emoji, then will be able to pick on you, and you'll be able to bring in what you would want us to hear. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Monda, you're welcome to the show, and please introduce yourself.
Well, thank you, Bernard. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, comrades. My name is Henry, Dr. Monda Henry. I major on matters virology, and in this case, we are going to talk about Hilcola, which is a product that we have been able to produce after a long search and research. So really, that's it about me. The details will come out in the course of the discussion. Welcome.
Unmute.
We lost Dr.
Yeah.
Carry on, Dr. Monda. Carry on.
Yeah, I was saying that's it about my introduction. So I want to welcome everybody today to this very, very important occasion where we are opening up avenues and opening up opportunities for professionals and consumers of pharmaceutical, natural, be it synthetic, to actually discuss the experience of their lives openly here. I think it's a new chapter that we're opening in this country, because the Hilcola is a product that was developed in this country. And the fact that we've made a lot of progress, we want to be out here to speak to those who are thinking alike and those who are thinking otherwise, so that we enrich each other with knowledge in as far as nutraceuticals are concerned. I was saying, as I said preliminarily, it's an opportunity to welcome everybody. You feel welcome. Let's discuss about matters health, because health and life, they go together. They have a serious correlation. That is what I want to say, and let everybody feel welcome. Friends, professionals, I'm happy I saw Dr. Ogina, you're welcome. I've seen comrade Dr. Ben, you should be welcome. We have those who will be coming in as testimony givers. They have used Hilcola. If it has helped them, let them tell us. If it has not, let's also see where to improve, because it's a collective responsibility to improve on our lives, be it directly or indirectly, because we are a society that has a correlation, just like the cells in the body. Yes, Bernard.
Okay, thank you for that introduction. And the best place to start is at the beginning. So, Dr. Monda, what is Hilcola? And just give us the basic understanding of the factors behind it.
Okay, Hilcola, in a nutshell, it is a nutraceutical that has been formulated by parties locally. I'm talking about local scientists and collaborations with other scientists from other countries like Vietnam, USA, and in Canada. But what to bring the point home, the nutraceutical that we are discussing, which is Hilcola, it basically means a product that has nutritional molecules with pharmaceutical activity. There are nutritional elements or ingredients in a product that have pharmaceutical activity. What does that mean? It means Hilcola is, in a layman's language, a product that is derived and developed, formulated with natural ingredients, but has the capacity and efficacy that is at the level of pharmaceutical drugs. So it can be both for preventing a condition or for treatment. So in medical terms, we say both for prophylactic and therapeutic. So you can also say it's a therapeutic vaccine. You know, those kind of terms describe what Hill Cola is. But the underlying factor that I must emphasize is that Hill Cola is a natural product. It's a natural product that is the end formula of ingredients that have been naturally collected, formulated, and they have together formed a product called Hill Cola. And also, when you read Hill Cola, what it means from the writings, Hill Cola, if you look at it, it actually means healthy eating, active living without consuming legalized abuses. Those are the other names of synonyms for Hill Cola. Meaning we are living in a world where we are consuming products that we think, since they are legalized, they are good for our health, they are good for our consumption, only to harm ourselves. For instance, we use sugar, in many occasions it's abused. You know, most of the products that are out here, they are sweetened to taste nice, but the truth is, the metabolic breakdown of sugar sometimes tends to be interfered with the too much sugar that we take from the foods and most of these health products that we have here. So for the sake of keeping the discussion there, that is basically the introduction of what Hill Cola is. So you can use Hill Cola for preventing a condition, you can use it for treatment. But when it comes to the dosage, then that's where the matrix tends to change, because the therapeutic dose is different. And then for preventive purposes, you use it differently. Then the physician's advice comes to play at that point.
So Hill Cola can be used by somebody without whatever being examined medically. Is it a drink that anybody can take, or you must be diagnosed with a condition, then it's recommended for you or prescribed for you?
Thank you. I can see how you're struggling with the terms. Diagnosis is not necessarily a requirement for one to go through for you to use Hill Cola. As I said, you can use it as a nutritional product for complementing and supplementing what you might be lacking. For instance, it has the following ingredients. It has zinc, it has vitamin C, it has hydroxy 25, vitamin D3, which is the hormone form of vitamin D when it is readily available for the body to make use of that. So in a nutshell, Hill Cola can be used even when you have not been diagnosed of a condition. Meaning, if you want to prevent an accident, then you have to put on your safety belt. You make sure that your brakes are good. So you don't need to have an accident for you to do that. But it's good when you do that, because in case of an accident, then you're able to neutralize the consequences of that accident. That is Hill Cola for you. So you use it to prevent a condition. For instance, we have what we call the RDA, required dietary allowances of every element that is key to the function of your body. That is required by your body on a daily basis for the body to function well. So Hill Cola tends to complement your nutritional supply that you get from food. Probably you're eating food that is not very balanced, and most of the time, unfortunately, that's what happens to us. So Hill Cola will come in as a key balancing product for those kind of circumstances where one is not able to get balanced food, which is key to your immune system. Like now when you're fighting COVID, the immune system has been very key to actually help the body on how this pandemic has been handled across the world. So immunity is a very key component. And in my view, if you are able to keep your balanced diet, to check on a daily basis where Hill Cola comes in as a catalyst for that, then you will be able to be well prepared to fight the current and the future challenges of health. So it's both for preventive, where you don't have a condition. Healthy person can use it. Something else, Bernard, if I may mention, It is good for children, adults. It's good for children and adults, yeah? That to minimize your question. It's good for children, pediatrics.
Okay.
And that,
Sorry.
the dose varies.
Okay, that was my next question. Is it limited to any age bracket? Do we have people who are not eligible for the same because of their age?
The answer is no. What tends to be adjusted is the dose. A child below the 5, 6, they will use a half a bottle. It tastes nice. And above 6 to around 12 years or so, they can do 1 bottle. Yeah, that's okay. So from there up, it's all a matter of seeing whether you're using for prevention or therapeutic diagnosis. Then that's where the story tends to change. But generally, it's friendly for everybody, children and the adults.
Okay. Then you say, what about people with underlying conditions? Underlying conditions like diabetes, hypertension, those conditions that are taken to be lifelong.
Yeah, in that case, what I think is important for the viewers and those who are with us to know in line with your question is the formulation of Hill Cola has very key, ingredients that are known by science to provide complementary and assisting other drugs when it comes to treatments. They are very key. And as I said, the level of these nutrients, ingredients in your body is very important on how you respond to treatment. Let me talk about vitamin C, for instance. Vitamin C is one of the ingredients that is captured in the combination of Hill Cola. It's very key. When you use vitamin C as an isolate or as an ingredient in product formulation, you are bound to have a very robust, response to disease treatment in case you have conditions that are already there. If you have developed a situation that we'll call resistance, you will find that this will be able to assist you to actually respond well to treatment because of the good level of vitamin C in it. Then we talk about zinc. Zinc is also a very important, ingredient because zinc is very key in as far as matters immunity, because the immunity is actually very, very key. That is the most important part of your body because it plays key to the defense mechanism. So it is really important that you keep your immunity at check, and zinc has a lot of functions in as far as keeping your immune system well, because one, zinc is antiviral, it's antivirus. It's one of the ingredients that is being used today in fighting COVID as a therapeutic product ingredient. So that is what I'm saying. And in Hill Cola, you'll find that. So the benefit is that you will be able to fight disease better if you use Hill Cola as a daily routine product to complement your nutritional supply, because most of the time we don't have that balance. So that is where you'll find Hill Cola coming in very, very, very handy, because you feel energized. It is able to help your blood circulation remain, robust. You have your other functions like, your alertness and regulation of sugar. Those are the things that are important. So vitamin C is very important, and it's actually one of the subjects when we talk about Hill Cola.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I will now open the floor for those, anyone who want to ask a question to do so, even as we move forward. Did you people get me what I said? If you have a question to the to daktari, naomba uulize sasa hivi. Okay, Dr. Malesi, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm just following what and digesting what Dr. has talked about hill collar.
Yes, you said you want to know more about hill collar.
Yes, and what I would only ask at this point is that what framework is Dr. following, just to ensure that when we start consuming this thing, we have some confidence, more confidence in terms of being off the line for any harmful, whatever damages or anything. Does he have some framework he's following to ensure that we start taking this good drink that I seem to see like we really need it?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good question. Dr. Monda.
Yes. Good question. My comment.
Yes.
Dr. Of course, he comes from the background of engineering, and he's one of the friends of mine. He has this scientific mind, and he understands what regulation means. Other friends here who speak. Is Dr. Jean online? Is Dr. Jean online?
It was here. I think it dropped out.
Okay. What the answer to the question of my brother is this. We are doing all that is important and necessary procedurally to make sure that the collar remains safe and effective for people to have the confidence in addition to what we have already, gained on the ground. So in a nutshell, what does that mean here? Hill collar is a product that is registered with Pharmacy and Poison Board. It has the authentication, authorization by the relevant body, which is the Pharmacy and Poison Board, in as far as safetiness, which is very important, because the worry of the consumer normally is how safe is the product that you are taking. Then looking at what we call clinical observation. Hill collar for the last 10 or so years, it's not a new product for your information. We are just relaunching hill collar. Many people have used hill collar for some time. We launched it, that was around 2011, 2011, those are many years ago. And we made sure that we supplied the hill collar across the pharmaceutical, network across the country. We had hill collar in Eldoret. It was in Kitale. It is gone outside this country in as far as Tanzania, Uganda. It's only that we met a few, we experienced a few challenges on where marketing was actually a thing to take us to the next level. And I'm happy to report today that with Bernard on board now, that component will be taken care of. So as far as hill collar is concerned, it's a safe product because we have the second opinion of government as far as that is concerned. Number two, the clinical observation that we have from our clients, close to 11 years or so, has shown us that hill collar is not only good for the human health, but highly effective. Almost, a wonder formulation, if we might put it that way. And well, it's not for me to speak for those who have used it, but from a scientific point of view, I'll say hill collar has enormous receptive out here, receptive minds, and those who've used it, in terms of statistics, 9.6 out of 10 have approved the product. Those who have used it, that is a clinical observation record that we have. And I expected as we move on, those that have used Collar will come forward and speak to this in their own experience. I know there are a few people, I don't know whether they are on board, they will also speak, those who have used Collar. So in terms of safety, it's an assurance. In terms of concern, from clinical observation, nobody has ever complained about Collar in any way. So the naturality of the chemistry behind Hill Collar has been confirmed in the interest of time, if you may like, that Hill Collar is a safe product and it's very effective. So Dr. Ben, you should start using Hill Collar in your house, keep your energies vibrant, reduce the usage of sugary stuff out here in the name of drinks that do not have any health and nutritional value other than the commercial, advantages they seem to have because they come out with pomp and color. But I'll tell you, inawezekana, we have a product in our country that is supported in this country. And then let me just chip this. I am happy when I listen to one of the presidential aspirants saying, let's sell Kenya, buy Kenya. I also want to say on this platform, let's educate Kenya, and be educated by Kenyans in as far as matters health are concerned. That is the only way we can improve our country in terms of knowledge, technology, because I'm looking forward in my lifetime seeing serious pharmaceutical advantages, which we don't have now, to compete at the international platforms on producing products that can be accepted effectively without prejudice, because they are products that are effective and safe. And the truth is, yes, we can do that.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Monda. Ben, I believe you are satisfied? Let's go to Kambu. Are you able to get me? Jackson, you can come in.
Yes. From what you can hear me, I hope.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the last several years that Dr. Henry has mentioned, I've been in the picture, and I've used the collar too. And the best way forward is just to get the hang of it. And it is a product that, in fact, people are in the streets asking me every other day, Mr. Omaido Jack, wapi Collar? But then I said, no, we established a team and comrades who we hope to work together, at least to make the product be more available and easily available. So, and I'm very happy, Bernard, that at least you've also tried Il Collar, I hope, and found out that it is the way to go for now, under the many challenges we are having about our health, almost at every level, the young people, youth, and even wazes. So it's a positive thing. And I'm glad, you mentioned, that it's time we can do some things for ourselves. And I think for now, I'll just say that, but I'll have more to say later.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That makes it more solid and believable. Okay, as much as we endeavor to ensure that we get a, okay, Kambu, you are lifting your hand. How are you? Unmute, unmute. Kambu, unmute
Good
first.
evening.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I think I was having issues with the connection. I think I was not able to catch up, but I just want to say one or two things. It's I think heat collar, I have a first-hand experience, and actually I had a bottle today, and my small baby, 2 years old, really, I don't know whether she get the scent, just liked it, I don't know. And I'm happy Dr. said it can be consumed across all ages, and how look at its nutritional value, the vitamin C's, the vitamin D, and the zinc, which is in high demand at the moment for immunity. I think we need to encourage this kind of innovation so that we go back into the herbal collection. Yeah, than just looking at the other pharmaceutical options for making, actually maybe working on our health and our supplements. So I've tried it. It's doing well. Maybe we need to build on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kambu. We appreciate, and we are happy that you are a witness of what we'll call a Hilcola can do, and you're enjoying it. Let the enjoyment continue, and perfect health. Karen.
Yes.
Karen? Yes, how are you, Karen?
I'm fine.
Welcome to the show.
Asante sana. I'm a consumer of Hilcola.
Good.
And I wanted to make my comments. I think at the heat of COVID, that's when I met Dr. Henry and introduced the Hilcola to me, and we've used it. And I know there was some girl who had COVID. She actually, within 5 days, she was fine after taking Hilcola, and a few other clients that I referred to him, high blood pressure, and they were able to take Hilcola. And we've used it ourselves in the house, and we can testify it is a true thing to use. It's a booster, and also as its name as Hilcola. So I recommend it, and I think it's the way forward that we can be able to use it in future, and as the marketing, digital marketing goes on, so that people are aware what they're also drinking. And I also had it for the first time today that even children can use it. So I think it's good. So Dr. Henry, that means it doesn't have side effects for kids. Maybe that is a question you need to answer us. And the mitishamba zilo natumia. So that means it has no, you can tell us, I think, what are the effects for the children? There are no side effects. Those are my comments.
Okay, thank you, Karen. That's a good one. Back to Dr. Monda. Safe for the children, no side effects, or what happened?
Well, in medical terms, side effects is highly associated to synthetic pharmaceuticals. You know, pharmaceutical drugs, that term is highly captured in as far as you know, dealing with the question of septiness. So, and I thought I addressed that. I want to go back to that again. When you talk about vitamin C, there are foods that supply vitamin C. We talk about zinc. For instance, zinc, you can get it from pumpkin seeds. You know, there are foods that give us this. You know, we have nutrients that are supplied by the food we take. So the question you asked, my sister is actually asking, she's actually asking, when you eat ugali and sukuma wiki, what side effect does it have? That is the question she's asking. So I want to assure my sister that having your food balanced in the drink, that kind of, you know, side effects. The only side effect here so far is the nutritional addiction. So every time you miss that nice chapati. So call start taking it. You side effect is missing. Say without missing words, it is scientific way of side effects. Come to us, so I don't write the term that I can say that spectrum as the different edges of light.
Daktari, you seem to have an issue with your audio. We can't get you clearly, please.
No.
Really?
Doctor, you can now take it. You can take it.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes, yes. I think there was a feedback from another.
Yeah. So I was saying, my sister is simply asking if you have ugali and sukuma wiki, what is the side effect? That's what she's literally asking. You know, so I say that the side effects for E. coli in that context is the fact that when you start taking E. coli, you wouldn't want to miss it. That is the side effect. Every time and again, you think of taking some. There's that positive addiction. You know, it gives you the energy. It makes you feel nice. That nice feeling is second to none in as far as the current nutraceuticals are concerned. So if you may like, that is the side effect, you know, with the E. coli. Otherwise, it is a nutritional complementing product, which once it functions to complement your missed balanced diet on a daily take, then quickly you will find that you are functioning well. Let's say if your zinc levels have gone down and your vitamin C, D, you know, there is an issue with that, then you will find that your body is not at its balance. You will not feel nice. Your blood circulation has an issue. Once you have this blemish, you know, using E. coli, then quickly you will rejuvenate your system. You'll feel better. So that is what you will be longing for, that makes you almost develop what you might call addiction to E. coli. You want it, and because you have no explanation, you just want it. So that is the side effect, my sister. If you may wish, that is the side effect.
Thank you very much. I wanted also maybe like to give a positive report again. I know I had one of my members treated, actually, who took E. coli after being sick. So when the pharmacy checked after that, they were like, what is it that you took? So that is after taking E. coli, because it worked very fast. Actually, they wanted to get it, but I've not been able to do that. So that's a good report.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, thank you very much, Karen, for the good report. It's really positive. Daktari, I wanted to do a follow-up question. what you're calling the nice side effect or positive addiction. Does heel collar make one depend on it? Because
I want to be clear on that, Bernard.
yes.
Sometimes it's good with this opportunity to make some of these terms clear.
Mm.
You know, it is like saying this person is proud.
Mm.
There is virtual good pride, and there is the device pride. You know, if you have a reason, I can say I'm proud of you, Bernard. You know, it's a positive attribute to the character Bernard from me. So some words should be properly understood here. So when we say the addiction that Hikola gives you, that dependency, it is not really dependency, because dependency is not controlled by you. But this addiction leaves you with control. Dependency is not the term, because dependency means you are not in control other than that. But this one is an addiction. Let me use an addiction. Addiction is not necessarily dependency. They are synonymous, and they are, of course, there's a correlation. But this, I'll wish to use the term addiction. Addiction means you still have some leverage of making a decision of going this way or that way. You're still sane. You're not insane, you know, about your controls. So it is not something that gives you dependency, but it gives you a bit of addiction. Addiction means you miss it. You're just missing your good friend. You don't see him, you're not okay. You are in the show, Bernard, and when Patriot is not there, it's not a show. That's an addiction. That's a positive addiction. That's how I'm using it. You may like. So it does not have dependency, but it gives you some level of satisfaction that I can't do without it. That's what I meant.
Well, that is a good one, and I believe everybody has gotten it loud and clear. Unless there is another question from another panelist, we should begin to wind up. Our time is on the other side. Wo has not spoken. Wo, are you there?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you?
Yeah, sure. You know what you know, I've listened through, although I missed a few parts. Yes. Maybe just a bit of clarity. When should you not take collar? Are there any contraindications, like when should I not use green collar?
Dr. Monda, you can respond to that.
That's a very good question. And I think it's a very brilliantly, you know, the way he has framed the question, I can read some brilliancy in that. The answer to that, my brother, is that you are not advised to use 4 bottles of Ilcola within 24 hours. That is the don't that you can use if you're on medication, or if you're not under any, you know, medical condition in terms of treatment. You can only do a maximum of 4 bottles. But when you're on treatment, it can slightly go to 6. So that's where they don't apply, if you may like. Then the other thing is that when you can't use Hilcola is when you're full, like you've eaten. You have no room to put Hilcola inside. So if you take a bottle of Cola and you went to a party and you're doing it as an additional product to already fill the room, you might have an issue which you might think it's Cola. So that is something to do with the principle and philosophy of not having anything too much. Too much of anything is actually poisonous, including Cola.
Okay, thank you. I believe your answer is satisfactory.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Chris, are you there?
Yeah, something else, Bernard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, something else that I think is important to add on the same, frequency of the question my brother just asked. I think it's good that some of these things comes out even when they are not asked in the form of questions. Now, one, it is important to mention that a heel collar is very important for expectant mothers. Okay, that's another area. That's a special group that probably one will also think through. If an expectant mother needs a lot of vitamin C, the body tends to call to action the storage of vitamin C. So the demand of vitamin C is high when a woman or a lady is expecting. So during expectancy, you need slightly, a higher level of collar consumption, because other than just the other medical benefits and nutritional, value that collar brings on board, it's able to complement and, fill into the gaps of vitamin C, which is very key. So you'll find that if a woman expecting, if she will use collar, the results will be she will have better and enough milk to feed the child. So those are the things, because you read the story about the value of vitamin C, you will find that it's very key in especially expectant mothers, because of the feature that is growing up. The demand of utilization of vitamin C will be high, and when you check the serum levels, you will realize that vitamin C will be going down. So the best thing to do it is to up and regulate that by using collar during that time. That is very important. The other thing I want to mention is that for sportsmen, those people who they do sports, footballers, the athletes, and the thinkers, even in class, the energy level that tends to be utilized in this time is enormous. So collar in itself is also an energy drink. You may like it's an energy drink, in the sense that the balance of the ingredients gives you one of the products that comes out of the utility and using of collar is increment of energy. It increases your energy levels. So in that, you can also call collar as a natural energy booster. It's an energy drink in that context. So all these values that you find in several products out here have been put together to give you, the value in a bottle, which is actually collar drink. So collar has it's a broad spectrum in a nutshell. You will have a person who has issues to do stairs. You want to scale. You are scaling the stairs, not the mountain. You will find that you need energy. So and if you have issues to do with your steps up there, if you've been making them slower and with a bit of fatigueness and struggles, after a few bottles of collar, you'll find that you're rejuvenated quickly. That is where collar makes the quick sense. Then the other thing I want to mention, being a broad spectrum, it's a broad spectrum. We have noticed from clinical observations, and this has been recorded by many of those who have used Ilcola. When you take Ilcola, in case you have a headache, headache is a symptom of some sort of issue. It's a symptom that cuts across when we look at disease. So headache as a symptom can be handled with Ilcola. Just a bottle of Ilcola, you take it. Most of the headaches have been able to be put to control within the first 10-15 minutes of taking one bottle of Ilcola. That is very important to actually mention. There are people who have issues in relation to energy in a nutshell. We have conditions we call chronic fatigue that is associated with the elderly. It's one of the degenerative conditions. Ilcola is able to give you that energy boost, to give you the vigor to think well and get excited with activity. So we recommend for those who want to keep their energies high and concentrations to their optimum, then we recommend a bottle, a day, or at least 4 bottles in a week. You will find energized because of the replenishment of the nutrients and other ingredients that are important that you might be missing from your diet. That's what Ilcola is for.
Right. Thank you, Dr. We need to call it a day, but encourage us to be here. I think we'll have this program constantly, at least 2 shows in a week, for us to continue talking on Ilcola. Yes, Karen, you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. I wanted to, somebody asked, what's the difference between Red Bull and Ilcola? On a light note.
Thank you. Thank you. Good question. Dr.
We are at liberty in comparing products, but it might not be really fair if we went that direction. I want to really try to answer in a manner that does not step into the toes of Red Bull, because it will be morally wrong. People think we want to hit others from the market, but generally the difference is this: that is purely energy drink. This one is a nutraceutical. It has medicinal, pharmaceutical value, which the other one doesn't have. So the other one is a Mercedes. This is a Prado. They are cars, yes, they are drinks. So that's where I want to actually put it that so that we don't step onto others' toes, and that might not be right. So Red Bull cannot be used for medication. Red Bull can be used for matters energy. Yes, you can also use Ilcola for matters energy, but when you are called upon to look for a product that needs to deal with your health, then Red Bull is excluded.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I will let the doctor give his closing remarks and be out of here.
So I want to thank my fellow comrades, friends, and I'm sure those who didn't manage to log in due to some reasons that were beyond their control. I am sure this platform is going to be fuller today. Personally excited that true friends have shown up, even those who are coming up to criticize positively. That's what we want, because a friend is the one who really looks at where you need to improve. And we want to say that we are not, we don't fear being ridiculed for improvement. We are here to improve. We want to work as a country. God has given us opportunities differently. to make this world a better place to live. So the thing I wanted to mention before I get there is that in as far as he colors ingredients are concerned, I'll tell you, we have a serious, serious issue because the pharmaceutical world has so much enormously focused on the synthetic formulations of, products that are called drugs. But it's my dream that one day we'll go back to where the story began, because the father of medicine, in the oath of doctors says, let food be thy medicine. Every doctor knows that. That statement must have been pronounced, when they were taking their oath of medicine. Let food be thy medicine. When you read that as a scientist, that statement means a lot, because the people of authority sometimes they might not speak straight, but they leave you in proverbs, even when they were your teachers or they were your mentors. They leave you with a proverb. That's why every society, every community, every section, every population has some sort of cultural values that are captured in their beliefs and proverbs and their practices as they speak through. Be it the scholars, be it religious, be it on other things like race, tribes, in as far as African countries are concerned. Every section, every group have some sort of bonding beliefs that define life in a manner that when you look at that, it gives you the key to understand who they are and how they look at it. So medics know that for sure, medicine in itself is a formulation that comes from food. Food plays a big role in treating, conditions. It might not be necessarily direct because, for instance, if you are having a problem of thinking so much because you have not paid your house rent, the person who gives you the house rent has given you a drug, has given you medicine for your problem. So here is a situation where your vitamins levels are low. When we do what we call electrolytic profile test, check on that and you find most of these elements are down, they're compromised. You replenish that with supplementing, the same. Definitely, if you achieve the optimum levels of what you are lacking, it means there is something that you had that will disappear. That condition disappeared. So in that context, you look at food as medicine. Food becomes medicine because you will have gone to the doctor, see the cardiologist, see either you're seeing a pediatrician if it's a child, or if you're going to see a neurosurgeon for some surgical advice. Had it not been that you have gotten that, then it means you will have gone for the other procedures, which addresses the condition. So any solution to a condition, in my view, should be given the benefit of which we give to medicine. So it is clear that food was cited. It is cited in the part of medicine that food play the central role of doing that. The other thing I wanted to mention, Bernard, is this. Food, in a nutshell, when you look at that deeply, you will capture the science of nutrition in relation to health. So nutritionists, in my view, have a serious role to play in dealing with modern challenges as far as health is concerned, something that must be brought into the limelight. Because where superiority plays and overrides science, which is mostly the order of the day, you find that we lose, we lose value in life, and sometimes we lose people who we wouldn't have lost had we formed a team of working together. So it's a multi-sectoral, medical approach that is required in the modern world to deal with conditions, some of them which are proving to be challenging, as far as treatment of them when we are using synthetic drugs. Probably the solution would mean just supplementing what you didn't have. Probably your levels of one element or the other. Once you get that, then the condition disappears. It's not a condition, anymore. It's not a disease. So I sit back here to say that the future is dictating from the data and research that we start looking at life differently, and probably we go back to where the rain started beating us. Because the issue is we are focused so much onto synthetic ingredients, synthetic methodologies in matters, ingredients and products to bring solutions to humanity. So the health today, in my view, is also becoming dynamic. Health challenges are becoming dynamic, which require us to always think and revolve around the science of what works and what doesn't work. And I think it is true to say from the observations, the healthy today must be properly and continuously be defined with what we eat and with what we don't eat. That is food.
Okay, thank you, Daktari. Thank you, Kambu. Thank you, Wo. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dr. Ben. Thank you, Jackson. And everyone that participated in the show today. We look forward to doing this again. We had a short notice for today, but the next show you will get information right in good time so that you can invite other people to join. Then we'll have a lengthy discussion. Otherwise, we pray that you will both have, you will all have a blessed night wherever you are. And we look forward to interacting more and more. By tomorrow, I believe in the afternoon, the site where you can order your heel collar from wherever you are around the world will be up and running. And so you will just search for heel collar cells or heel collar cells. By that time, it would have been optimized by Google, so you will get it without any problem. That is both on Facebook and YouTube, as well as on the Google search engine. Thank you very much. Let's do this again another time.